here, and Maldonado Diaz, Caitlin Horde, and Tristan Savage, 21 total blocks in their semifinal win over San Diego. Kaylee Cox might have been the MVP of that match. Natalia Valentine Anderson, the veteran setter, and Kylie Merv flying under the radar, but absolutely superb as the defensive stalwart. Now for Omaha, over 500 for the first time all year at 15 and 14. Nunaviller and the aforementioned Parsons, Kiara Reinhardt, and Janice Leal. They were superb. Merritt Beeson, very, very big in and out of the lineup, but now the starter at the Oppo. Brooke Mosier, her 9th start, and Elena Ogilvie, 20 digs, pass good or positive at 70% in their semifinal upset of the Indy Ignite, the #1 seed. Let's send it over quickly before first serve to Madison Fitzpatrick.
Thanks, Paul. Well, I caught it with both coaches before this match about their approach to this championship, and head coach Windsor said it's business per usual. She said a lot of the times when teams get to the finals, they feel like they need to change. They need to play outside themselves. She told her team, you are enough. We have enough. She said we played 28 games for this moment right here. And then on the other side of that, head coach Thomas Robson told his team it's going to take every single one of you. This is a team with no all-league selections and a motto to out-team their opponents, so they're going to rely on that balance tonight, and that was his message. And Paul, either way, history will be made. Either Omaha will become the first team to win twice, or Dallas will be the first expansion team to win.
Thomas Robson has changed the vibe on this volleyball team, if you will. 3-3 after he took over from Lucas LeBay on April 7th. But boy, we talked about it before they played the #1 seed Indy Ignite. This is not the team that you saw through much of 2026 on the Omaha side.
Anytime a group faces adversity together, you come out the other side and you're stronger. And head coach Thomas Robson talked about, hey, we're family. We're here to battle together, and it's going to take everybody. In the semifinal, Coach Robson used 11 players. He knows that it's going to take every single one to beat the Dallas Pulse today.
A lot of controversy, quite honestly, a lot of adversity. Morgan Hentz demanded a trade early in the season. She is a highly respected player and person. That raised some eyebrows. Then Lucas LeBay was dismissed on the 7th of April, and then they made a setter change, going from last year's setter of the year, Sydney Hilly, to Brooke Mosier, the rookie out of the Pitt Panther program, an outstanding player that you saw a lot last year at the collegiate level, Holly.
It's exciting. I was really impressed with the Omaha Supernovas block in the semifinal. They were locked into what was going to happen on the other side of the net. So let's watch for that game plan against Dallas, who's very dangerous on the pins.
Natalia Valentine Anderson has been absolutely superb throughout her career, but this year led the league in assists at 11.9 and the 5th highest number in terms of digs, and she's only back there half the time. Really remarkable. Janice Leal will go back to serve, had one of her best offensive performances in the semifinals, 10 of 17 attacking to go along with 4 blocks. Match for $1 million underway. And Sofia Maldonado Diaz, my brilliant partner, going, that's who they've got to stop if you're Omaha.
Sofia Maldonado Diaz runs it fast to the pin, the fastest set probably across the league, and has a whip of an arm. Omaha to stay disciplined on the block and D.
21 kills on 52 swings in 4 sets in their semifinal. Speaking of that, lost the opening set in overtime, 30-28 to San Diego, and then after that overwhelmed the Mojo. Held San Diego to just 108 hitting percentage as Dallas was hitting 333. They are the best offensive team in the league in terms of kill percentage and hitting percentage. In transition, Kiara Reinhardt looking for that. She is the league's rising star out of Creighton and missed that just out of bounds.
What a dig by Ogilvie in the middle of the court. Valentine Anderson very skilled at that 2-ball to the middle of the court. Ogilvie all over it.
Here is Maldonado Diaz out of Guadalajara, Mexico. Tough serve, beautifully handled. Right back to Reinhardt. And kept alive, but outside the antenna. And a nice first ball side out by Reinhardt and the Supernovas. What are you looking for early?
I'm looking for some block defense from the Supernovas. That's what we saw in the semifinal, but both teams want to establish their middles early.
There is Parsons. Maldonado Diaz quickly, 2 kills, that one off the edge. They deploy Maldonado Diaz differently. How does Coach Windsor do that?
Maldonado Diaz is lined up as a left side hitter, but in the back row they use her right back, which allows her to hit D balls on the right side of the court out of the back row.
Second only to her teammate Mimi Collier in terms of kills per set. Nice play by Brooke Nuneviller. And then that ball tipped again, and Maldonado Diaz quickly with 3 kills. 1 off the left, 1 out of the right back, and 1 on the off speed.
Thomas Robson, the head coach for Omaha, knew this was going to be an issue, and they will probably make some adjustments, but 3 quick kills to Maldonado Diaz of the Dallas Pulse.
It was interesting to hear from 26-year-old Thomas Robson. Finish that thought in a moment. Here's Nuneviller turning down the line and dug by Maldonado Diaz. Ogilvy making it look easy at the defensive end. Nice play by Caitlin Horde, and then thrown down.
Kiara Reinhardt, very skilled at owning the net, and that means any ball that's tight, you go up and get it, stay aggressive. This is Parsons out of the back row, and then Reinhardt cleaning things up at the net.
The number 8 overall pick, 7 of 22, a couple of blocks for the Supernovas in their semifinal win. Upset over the number 1 seeds out of Indy. Tristan Savage, nice play that time by Mosier defensively. Smart by Beeson to restart the point. Nuneviller tucking inside for the kill.
Brooke Nuneviller working inside out and is able to go deep cross court inside the defense. That's a big swing and nice start for Brooke Nuneviller.
Maldonado Diaz still available out of the back row. She's not passing right now. Second to Mimi Collier in kills per set at 4.3. Here's Reinhardt again and missed that one. Just take a look at the season series. It was won by Dallas, 3 wins to only 1. Omaha started things. One here in Dallas, 3 sets to none. But after that, another match in February, 1 in April, and 1 recently in May. All won by the Dallas Pulse, 3-2, 3-0, 3-0. Liao. Boy, is she coming on at the right time.
Mosier very skilled at setting the middles. Good speed, good height on the set, and when Janice Liao gets up, her contact point is extremely high. This is a tough ball to stop.
Did not count, did Omaha, on her offense much in the year. 181 as a middle. That's not very good, but she's been superb here in Frisco, Texas. Good block touch. Liao's down. Ollie, I was watching the flight of the ball. I did not see what happened. We've had so many injuries in the middle blocking position so far on the year. Janice Liao, who played last year in Puerto Rico, out of the University of Miami. And again, just playing superb volleyball down the stretch and into the semifinal, and a good start here in the final.
Talk about a team that's faced so much adversity.
We had a wonderful visit last night at the awards gala with Janice Liao, and just very, very happy for her team, happy for what they've overcome. Very, very sorry to see that Toyosi Anabanjo will come on wearing number 21 in blue, and also Omaha re-signed, I should say, Elise Getzinger, also out of Creighton as a backup middle.
Toyosi Anabanjo started most of the season for the Omaha Supernovas, but just lately Janice Liao has come in and provided a spark offensively and defensively.
For Anabanjo, her second year in Omaha, played at Iowa and Kansas collegiately, hit 284 on the season. She is capable, but Liao was playing her very, very best volleyball. It's a tough moment for Omaha. Here's Beeson. Collier, big block by Nuneviller. Beautiful handwork.
Dallas looking for a little bit of a mismatch. Mimi Collier going against Brooke Nuneviller. Collier known for playing high and powerful, but look at the block move by Brooke Nuneviller dropping into that seam.
Collier, the outside hitter of the year in Major League Volleyball, leading in points, leading in kills, and a beautiful serve down the line by Beeson. And Coach Robson telling us at Serve and Pass this morning, we asked him about individuals. He didn't talk about that. He talked about areas, talked about serving area number one, irrespective of who was there. That's in the right back.
And also rotation dependent. He was going to move it around to make things difficult for Dallas Pulse.
Merritt Beeson, Florida, and then Nebraska, 12 of 35 with 3 big blocks in the semifinal. Parsons out of the back row. Kaylee Cox had just had a huge semifinal match against San Diego. Number 9 in white comes up with a block.
Omaha Supernovas pick up the tip, and hitters pulled out because Nuneviller's on the ground, so they go Bick to Parsons and triple block by Dallas to get that point.
There is Collier back to serve. Wonderful pass. Beeson out of the back row. Oh, that ball looked really, that was really a good swing by Beeson. I thought she caught part of the line back in area number 1. Area number 1 right back, 2 right front, 3 in the middle, 4 in the left front, 5 left back, 6 in the middle. Those are areas of the court, number-wise. Nice play, Brooke Mosier and Kylie Murr. Nuneviller throwing that ball right into the campfire.
Brooke Nuneviller saw the seam in the block, and when there's a seam, that means it's open in the middle. Well done.
Here's Nuneviller. Good pace to the outside and a better block touch. On a banjo, no. Parsons, they've seen something. Nuneviller and Parsons, what are they looking for to find that open spot?
Every time there's a seam in the block and the middle blocker on the Dallas Pulse side is late to close, they're just jamming it to the middle. They're not trying to do too much, seeing the opening and putting the ball there. Dallas might make an adjustment and stick a defender right in that seam.
Cox, no. Nuneviller with a good chase. Maldonado Diaz out of the play, going to the back row to Collier, who's never out of the play. What a shot! Eyes in the back of your head.
Incredible. Brooke Mosier is actually left-handed. She serves with her right hand, ambidextrous at the net, but a quick left hand to the corner and a strike off the really nice dig by Ogilvie.
Let's go over to Madison Fitzpatrick.
Well, those back-to-back throws to the middle of the court by Parsons and Nuneviller was exactly what this team talked about in the huddle. He said that's wide open, so it'll be interesting to see if Dallas makes an adjustment.
Look at the number of kills, Madison. Wonderful point and observation, but not half. But I mentioned that to Tom Robson, and he said we're going to stay that way. If they win, they're 16 and 14. If they lose, they're back to 500. He's done a magnificent job. Very, very impressive, irrespective of his incredible youth, 26 years of age. Good pass. Tristan Savage on a banjo with a nice read. She's a good middle blocker, and that ball hit out of bounds. Omaha's defense put pressure and their offense on Dallas.
And the blockers really locked into their defensive assignments on a banjo, one-on-one in the middle of the court, able to slow down Savage.
As a part-time player sharing the position with Janice Leal, if you're just joining us, Leal went out with a very, very serious leg injury. Very unfortunate. She was playing her very best volleyball, but on a banjo, 28 blocks, playing about half the season, so very, very capable as number 21, now in the right front. There's Tristan Savage, had 8 blocks, 8 of the 21 for Dallas after the opening set, a dominating performance. Merritt Beeson.
Merritt Beeson lines up as a right side player, but they use her out of the back row on this big attack right down the middle. A back row quick, Ogilvie with another perfect pass, and then Beeson hammers it cross body.
Beeson was at her absolute best in the 5th set over Indy, 3 of 5, almost all of those coming out of the back court. Omaha hit 358 in that decisive 5th set, which they narrowly won, 15-13.
Caitlin Horde and Natalia Valentin Anderson have really connected well in the middle. They've been very effective as a duo.
Here's Cox. Omaha is passing absolute dimes right now. There's the rip set. We talked about that a lot. What's the advantage of bringing that ball inside?
Omaha Supernovas head coach told us, hey, look, we want to run the rip set, which brings it inside. And then you've got a small blocker in Natalia Valentin Anderson. Just gives more area of the court to go down that line and find a seam for the outside for Omaha.
Omaha hitting 381 right now, and Ogilvy might have taken that one away from Nunaville. But 2 is better than 1, or 2 is better than none.
Maldonado Diaz, her whip of an arm is so fast, and it's the heat on this ball. She attacks at the seam between the 2 defenders, and that's why that ball gets through.
Already 4 of 8, hitting 375. Does have 1 hitting air, hit a ball out of bounds. Tough serve, what a pass. Dug by Murr, transition Collier, over the top stab by Ogilvy. Parsons looking for the cross court, missed it well wide.
Elena Ogilvy, the libero for Omaha, is so impressive. She's calm, she's always in the right spot, just one arm stab, gives her team opportunities in transition.
20 digs in the semifinal, along with 70% positive passing. 14-11 is the advantage. We'll have another technical timeout at 16. Reinhardt, no. Parsons, what a dig. Filling the seam in that block. That was done by Cox. Cox, good first contact. Nunaville played a lot of libero. There's a lot of defenders out there. Off speed again goes down.
Incredible, but it's the defense by Brooke Nunaville, middle back, that sets up the transition play. And yes, that soft transition ball right over the middle of the block. Perfect location for the Omaha Supernovas.
Here is Parsons off to an exceptional start. Hit almost 300 over the last 6 matches when Omaha was really up against it in terms of getting that final playoff spot. That comes up way short by Mimi Collier. Second technical timeout. Omaha looking to win their first set off of Dallas since February 12th. They'd lost 7 in a row. They lead 6. Today's MLV Match for a Million on Ion is brought to you by Franklin, by Wren Athletics, and by the official ball of the MLV, Spalding. Merritt Beeson and the rest of the Omaha Supernovas off to a very good start. We'll have a minute. Let's go over to Madison Fitzpatrick.
Well, I got an update on Janice Leal. Just spoke to their trainer. I was told she will not return to the game, guys.
Yeah, that was sadly expected. Looked like a very serious injury. We wish her the very, very best. Too many of those so far on this season. Maldonado Diaz, very close to the end line, but so close, Ogilvy had to play it.
Maldonado Diaz just brings so much heat and hits with different types of angles. Tough to stop because she gets on the ball so quickly for the Dallas Pulse.
Mimi Collier is 0 for 6 with 2 errors right now. This is the outside hitter of the year, the leading scorer, and leading the league in kills per set. She will heat up, make no mistake. Jelly Sear on to serve. Really good reception right now by Omaha. Beeson. Merritt Beeson smartly off the edge.
Defense turned into offense, and Merritt Beeson keeping it high, working the edges off the block, and that's so smart because Dallas had a well-formed block in front of her.
I know I have to watch the match, but the bullpen for Omaha is really entertaining.
Aren't they?
They're distracting me, so keep me focused.
Keep you locked in, but they have some fun stuff going on there.
And their coach, Thomas Robson, is very entertaining as well. Again, 26 years of age, but you would never, ever know it. You know, they have that show, The Blind Singer. If you put him behind a curtain and did a coach's interaction or a question and answer, you think, well, this guy's been at it for 20 years. He's saying all the right things.
True.
And then you find out that he was born in 2000. We'll show you the shoes that I have from 1993. Valentin Anderson. Again, perfect pass. Both teams now adjusting, covering the off speed. There's Collier again. Nothing off speed about that.
time Mimi Collier's been able to get a kill and get that rhythm with her setter.
First kill so far of the opening set. There you go, circa 1993. I had those made in London. Well, I wear the ones on the left every once in a while. I was there covering a track meet. Had some shoes made. Much older than the head coach from the Omaha Supernovas. Valentine Anderson. Very experienced. This team will not get rattled under Valentine Anderson. One of the rare out-of-system situations. Nunavilla really good at off-speed and then covering her own. Merritt Beeson is off to a magnificent start for Coach Robson in Omaha.
In the semifinal match, Beeson actually got more attempts on the right side than Brooke Nunaviller on the left. She's hitting high, using the edges of the block. We saw her go down the line that time, turn it inside the block, and Coach Robson feeling it.
Merritt Beeson. It says 3 of 7, but it feels better than that. She's gotten her team ahead in the point with multiple good swings.
Dallas Pulse need to pick it up from the service line. Omaha Supernovas have been in system the majority of the time, and if you're going to beat this Omaha Supernovas team, you have to get them in trouble.
Too many service errors right now, especially into the net. Reinhardt had one, and now Beeson. Beeson again, the hot hand off of Murr. Very good choice by Mosier. Do you do that all the time, go to the hot hand?
Definitely. I mean, why not? They can't stop her, and Mosier is very good at locating the right-hand side of the court. She set Olivia Babcock, the player of the year, on the right side of the court, and she's putting that ball up in a sweet spot for Beeson.
So don't overthink it like I always
Correct.
did. Mosier, good push. Murr with the save. Ogilvy with the save. On the banjo. Slam dink out of the middle.
Dallas making some good digs, but on a banjo all over that tight ball. She's undersized but quick at the net.
Timeout is called by Dallas. The lead is 20-15.
She looked at her middle blockers and said, reach into the seam, stay in the cross, but wrap your hands around that ball.
Thank you, Madison. That's Shannon Windsor, 5 years as the head coach of the Canadian national team. A lot of international experience and spending time with her experienced setter, Valentine Anderson. Good first contact. Anabanjo missed that out of bounds.
Brooke Mosier trying to establish her middles early, especially because they're contacting that first ball so well. She's got everybody available.
Omaha right now passing at 73% good or positive.
Dallas is not serving the ball tough enough.
Absolutely agree. There's Janice Leal out of the University of Miami. First professional season in Puerto Rico. Went down in the opening set. Isabel Martin, number 17 from Germany, on to serve. Easy, right down the middle. Beeson again. And off speed to the floor. Let's look at the total number of kills. Total number of kills on the team. I'll get that for you, but it's got to be at least a third of them. 17 kills. It feels like 7 or 8 have come off speed.
At least, and throwdowns to the middle of the court versus Dallas.
That's good execution of the game plan. Obviously, Omaha has seen something. Kaylee Cox off of Parsons.
Kaylee Cox was the X factor in the semifinal. She had a really nice match, and her getting those kills on the right side really opens things up for the Dallas Pulse offense. You have to be able to hurt from the left side and the right side.
Parsons again, throwing the ball into the middle, covered by Cox. And down the line in trans.
The Dallas Pulse have made an adjustment. They've got bodies crashing into the middle of the floor to pick it up, and it starts with Kaylee Cox. Look at her. You see bodies. Kylie Murr's there as well, and then the fastball, the Maldonado Diaz crushes it at Beeson down that line.
Timeout called by Omaha. Kaylee Cox will serve when we come back to play. It's Speaking of Cox, 15 of
10% to the left side, trying to establish their middle 20, and then 33% to Kaylee Cox on that right side.
The lead is 3. There is time for Dallas to get back in. There's the rip again. Kelsey Payne wearing number 8, adding some size in the attack phase. Part of a back row sub, for Valentine Anderson. So then just for that one rotation, there was no setter on the floor. Very important side out given that scenario. There is Mosier. Out of system, Joust coming. Back row to Nuneviller, no Beeson the hot hand, covered by Nuneviller. Valentine Anderson would like to have that one back. Collier going wrist away. Fantastic broad jump out of the pipe.
Mimi Collier is the best in the MLV at attacking out of the back row. She sees the defense so well. This ball's pushed, and she goes wrist away from the block and right inside the defense. That's impressive.
Collier at 6'3", last year's AVCA, American Volleyball Coaches Association, outside hitter of the year. What does she do as a rookie? The outside hitter of the year in Major League Volleyball. That ball out of bounds off the block of Valentine Anderson, 23-19.
Omaha Supernovas want to attack Valentine Anderson at 5'7", as she's a smaller blocker, but you can't drop your arm. You have to keep it high.
She's 5'10".
Yeah, in the program. In real life, no.
5'7" in reality, 5'10" in the hearts of volleyball fans.
True, she plays big.
Second team All-League. She's had a fantastic, fantastic season. That's 5 serving errors now for Omaha. They will rue the day if they drop this opening set. Here's Caitlin Horde. Remember, they have not won a set since February 12th and got shut out the last 2 matches. 7 in a row set wins for Dallas. Tough short serve. Nuneviller. Reinhardt, nice block by Savage. Savage at 6'7", very long. What a swing by Nuneviller.
Brooke Nuneviller, brave swing right inside the left hand of Tristan Savage, who takes up a ton of space at 6'7". Watch this swing low, like sizzling the pits.
Sizzle 'em. Brooke Nuneviller, last year's outside hitter of the year, but she would tell you this has not been her season, but maybe this is her time. Numbers way down in terms of efficiency. Sydney Hillion. Big block. Merritt Beeson. Remember, she had 3 big stuffs in their semi-10. Outscored San Diego 75-45. So Dallas can certainly turn it around. But as we've mentioned, without hyperbole, this is a very, very different Omaha team than 1 month ago.
And if you thought about it, Mimi Collier hitting negative numbers to start this match, that's not something that Dallas Pulse is used to.
Not at all. The outside hitter of the year had a phenomenal rookie season. She'll respond. Savage cuffs that ball out of bounds and did get a deflection that time off of Reinhardt.
Dallas Pulse able to pass that ball, get their middle going. Tristan Savage, high contact point, just goes off the top of the fingertips.
Tristan Savage, no question, high point, 6'7" middle blocker. Played recently in Greece and France and had 8 blocks in the semifinal. Nuneviller. Valentine Anderson. Oh, very nice set. Back row to Collier, trying to get the best outside hitter in the league going. Beeson, smart choice. Maldonado Diaz took a piece of the tape and then got it away from Parsons and Ogilvy.
Maldonado Diaz's arm is incredible. The rate with which she gets through this ball, it's tough, even though it comes off the top of the net. Parsons there can't get her hands up in time.
Played at Louisville and Arizona, most recently in Romania. Comes from a line of very, very good outside hitters from the country of Mexico. Melanie Parra, Samantha Bricio come to mind. Really good swing off the left side, just underway here in the second. Let's go back over to Madison.
Huddle, and Coach Windsor, it was very defensive based. Omaha hit 319 in that first set, so Coach said, I need you to do better on the block, try to cover more space, go straight over, press, be disciplined, and own the tape.
Almost looked like Reinhardt got a piece of that set. Dug by Murr. Here is Cox. Really good job getting her feet going. She didn't have much of an approach.
Agree, but Natalia Valentin Anderson, it was the decision to go back to that right side. Kaylee Cox was very effective in the semifinal, so I like this decision. Little bump set behind, and Cox is ready for the kill.
15 kills, speaking of the semifinal for Cox, along with 11 digs. There's Natalia Valentin Anderson. Omaha the last couple of years, third playing in the United States after plying her professional career in France, Poland, and Italy. Nuneviller, Brooke Nuneviller. We talked about it. She will tell you the same. Last year is the outside hitter of the year. 3.5 kills, hit 245. This year, just 3 kills percent. Not a big difference, but only hit 198. That's a big drop in efficiency.
But her team is playing for the
well, like
$1 million. They're back in it.
None of that matters. Correct. And she showed that along with Merritt Beeson. Collier away from Mosier out of the back row.
Dallas Pulse need to get Mimi Collier going. She is essential to the Dallas Pulse offense.
Brooke Nuneviller is 5 of 10 with no errors. That's a pretty good start. We'll get you Mimi Collier's numbers. We told you earlier she was hitting negative. Now she has 3 kills on 14 swings. Onabanjo, who came on to replace Liao. Dallas wanted a held ball or a throwdown there out of number 21. Not going to get the call from Suzanne Lowry.
Definitely a little bit sticky, but also Onabanjo so quick off the ground, using her speed to get that kill.
They banned pine tar a long time ago. No more pine tar.
Correct.
Beeson. Maldonado Diaz, unforced error. That looked like a pretty good play. Maldonado Diaz just missed it.
Maldonado Diaz trying to go down that line, just doesn't clear tape.
Supernovas, the number 4 seed, 14 and 14. They claimed the last spot with about 5 days to go in the regular season. Dallas, the number 2 seed. They're now at 21 and 8. Good block deflection by Onabanjo. And can't be saved by Omaha.
With Maldonado Diaz on the right, Mimi Collier on the left, puts a lot of stress on the Omaha Supernovas defense, especially the middle blocker. Onabanjo has to chase.
Well, you talked about Maldonado Diaz before first serve, and with good reason. Now 8 of 17, hitting .353. Dallas hit way below, almost 100 points below their season average in the opening set. Nuneviller again, good high swing, and that's not going to come back. Good hustle by Cox, but a better swing by Nuneviller.
Brooke Nuneviller managing her offense extremely well. We've seen a mix of jams in the middle of the court. We saw a deep corner. This is a short string set, and then just going right down the line at Maldonado Diaz.
That ball had a lot of heat on it. Nuneviller, a fantastic all-around player. 1,500 kills, 2,000 digs at the University of Oregon. Parsons not enough with that. Collier, off the top of the tape. That is it. We've had Maldonado Diaz hit one ball into the net, and now here Collier. Do you think, I mean, Collier's just a rookie out of Wisconsin. Dallas feeling the pressure now against the lower seed at Omaha? They looks like it.
Dallas Pulse, they're playing at home. They're the team that's expected to win this match. Omaha's coming in as underdogs, and I definitely think the pressure's on Dallas.
Down Parsons.
I don't think Dallas can go away from Mimi Collier. You have to get her going or go to the bench.
100% opening. Madison Fitzpatrick, I'm Paul Sunderland. Match for $1 million in Frisco. Omaha looking for their 2nd title since the league began. They won the inaugural championship at home over Grand Rapids. Roll shot by Collier.
Mimi Collier 4 for 18, but trying to get her going. You have to get her the ball more often.
Mimi Collier on the year in this league, hitting all those swings out of the back row in transition, hit over 300. A very impressive number. Well, the passing of Omaha has been spot on, but you mentioned it, not enough service pressure from Dallas. Blocking pressure, though. That's a good swing, but a better block. Cox along with 6'7" Savage.
Dallas trying to figure out a way to put momentum on their side of the net. Volleyball is a sport where if you get on runs, make big plays like this, Cox and Savage on that right side goes deep, clears the defense. That's a play that can start building momentum on your side of the net.
And Dallas coach Shannon Windsor telling us how really good Tristan Savage is at blocking balls out of system on the opponent's side. Takes a little more time to get there and gather at 6'7", but really a weapon. 8 blocks in the semi against San Diego. Working on Parsons, passing well. Beeson into the cross court away from one of the game's best defenders.
Carving that ball inside the block, and Beeson, we've seen her go off the outside hand of the blocker down the line, and then that one cross body. So using a variety of shots to score points for the Omaha Supernovas.
Omaha's offense was exceptional in the opening set, doubled up on Dallas with 20 kills to only 10. Using a lot of equipment here is Dallas, sometimes good, sometimes not so much. Let's go over to Madison Fitzpatrick.
Well, that attacking kill could not have been more perfect timing. That's exactly what Coach Windsor wanted to run coming out of the timeout. She said the back row attack, the big from Maldonado Diaz, has got to get going.
Tough serve by Collier. Again, another quality reception. Out of the back row to Nunaviller, easily controlled. Chance for Dallas to run a couple. Oh, big block. The same block. Kaylee Cox at 6'3", and then booking in with Savage.
Kaylee Cox is locked in. You can hear her come back to the team huddle every time. Let's go. And she's making plays, setting up that block on the pin, and then Tristan Savage with the assist.
Boy, that set was right there, but hit way too low into the seam, that time by Parsons. Beeson.
3 blocks in a row for the Dallas Pulse, and you can feel the momentum for the home team.
Remember back to Thursday night, it was an absolutely a block party by Savage against San Diego. A little bit of a seam, nice play. Sarah Parsons into the low cross court.
Love the location of that swing by Parsons. The left side blocker, who's the off blocker, is stepping in to pick up the tips, and that opens up that cross court 4-4.
Parsons now 7 of 19 to go along with 7 digs. There is Mosier making her 9th start after taking over for exceptional player Sydney Hilly and missed that well out of bounds. I take it back. Both teams are really good on the sideline. You got the train going over here. There's a lot of energy in this match for a million. Reinhardt sprays that ball up the bounds. 10 now is the advantage for Dallas.
That ball was set just a little bit low, and Kiara Reinhardt could not get on top of it for the Omaha Supernovas.
It was all Omaha in the opening set. Number 4 seed over Dallas, the number 2 seed, 25-20. Dallas did get within 3 a couple of times, but Omaha always had a response. Parsons again, that ball set too wide. Dallas ahead in the point, lots of choices, and finds Cox off the top.
On Thursday in the semifinal, I said Kaylee Cox was the X factor. She continues to be the X factor for the Dallas Pulse, the most consistent player on the team.
6-1 run by Dallas right now to take the advantage.
Started with Kaylee Cox block. She had back-to-back blocks, and now her offense, high flat hands for the Dallas point.
13-10. Mimi Collier, Kaylee Cox, along with Maldonado Diaz, were huge on Thursday night. Mimi Collier off to a bit of a slow start, but they're being picked up. She is being picked up here in the second. That is a big, big run against a team that was playing very well, particularly at the offensive end. Omaha hitting only 091 here in the second set after hitting over 300 in the first. Let's go back over to Madison.
And that's what Omaha was talking about in the huddle, how to score, because Dallas's block is really locked in. So coach said stay high and flat with your attack.
Look for Reinhardt out of the middle, wearing number 10 in blue out of Creighton. Good enough pass. There it is off the slide. Dug by Collier, and Maldonado, Diaz, nor Valentin Anderson can make the chase.
Kiara Reinhardt finally found a seam in the Dallas Pulse block, and this is key. Just finding some space to operate, though it's been a wall every time, but you see the space between the blockers on that slide attack.
Boy, Mosier doing a very good job. That was a good enough pass, far from perfect. And what Omaha has missed, and they've missed too often for my taste, that's 7, but 5 of the 7, maybe 6 of the 7 into the net. Only one service error from Kaylee Cox in Dallas. Omaha won the opening set 25-20. Medium pass out to Nunaviller, and 3 players for Dallas getting after the ball, and none of them coming up with a good effort, but not a result.
Omaha Supernovas consistently attacking that part of the court. Head coach Shannon Windsor must have told them, I want bodies on the ground, trying to get that ball up. 3 players there, but none of them come up with it.
Nunaviller exceptional so far in this match for a million. 7 of 14, no errors, hitting 500. Good pass by Cox. And that's just too much heat.
Mimi Collier finally able to start getting things going. Dallas Pulse need her. They want her. And out of the back row is where she is best. Build that confidence so she can be a factor.
They need her. They want her. And now they're going to get her.
Are you singing?
No, I would never do that. I would never, ever do that on television. Or I would never do that. Maldonado Diaz. Good pass. Yeah, I thought so. Anabanjo on the crossbody.
Omaha Supernovas running it out of the middle, tight to the setter. It's a one-on-one situation on a banjo. Quick arm, right crossbody. Beautiful execution out of the middle.
And for Collier, after a very substandard start, 3 of 7 here in the second. Beeson. Oh, smart shot, and then lucky off the deflection.
Beeson attacking the middle, and Valentin Anderson full run that direction. There was just a little deflection off the block that took it away from her.
A very nice response by Beeson and Omaha after Dallas was rolling. Beeson 12 of 35 with a couple of blocks on Thursday night. Former #1 pick overall by Atlanta last year. Collier. Good dig to the 3-meter line, chance to score. Nunaviller again, quick transition. And difficult chance, and Anabanjo just could not make the play off the top of the net. And we've come to our second technical timeout, match for a million. Frisco, Texas. Who will raise that beautiful trophy? Merritt Beeson having a very, very good weekend in Texas. Here is Jelly Sear on to serve and play some defense. And serve up an ace.
Serving specialist is a tough job, coming off the bench and bringing the pressure. Omaha Supernovas have been passing extremely well. So for Sear to come off the bench and serve up an ace, that's big for Dallas.
Omaha was passing at 70% good or perfect in the opening set. They dropped now to 58. Beeson looking high, flat, missed it well on the bounce.
Dallas Pulse picking up their block pressure, service pressure, and those have really facilitated good things on the Dallas Pulse side of the net.
Largest lead of the set for Dallas and Sear, 18-14. Emily Londot, who was an all-star, had a very, very good season. It was Beeson, like Sarah Parsons, coming on late in the season to key their playoff run.
And Sydney Hilly will run the offense. This is a double sub situation for the Supernovas.
My eyes are good, but I don't have x-ray vision. I couldn't see through the referee stand on the double sub.
Service pressure, block scores a point. This is the theme for the Dallas Pulse. They want to play to their strengths, and Shannon Windsor told us that on Thursday and as well today.
Timeout called by Omaha. Shannon Windsor, again, 5 years as head coach of the Canadian national team, now their high performance director. The Dallas Pulse block on Thursday night was so impressive, and now they are again here in the second set.
Just suffocating. That's what we saw on Thursday, and then this is what has brought them back into the match, going back to what they do well. Dallas Pulse sparking a major response in the second set.
21 blocks for Dallas in a 4-set match. It's a record in Major League Volleyball. And speaking of that, Kaylee Cox as well, when she hit 15 of 22 with no errors, that was an efficiency record in the semifinals or finals of Major League Volleyball. What's she doing so far on the night? 3 of 7, still no errors. Taking 29 swings without getting blocked or hitting the ball out of bounds. Overpass again, that'll get tracked down by Parsons. Omaha needs to stop the hemorrhaging right now. Nunaviller quick to the outside. The block there again, this time Valentine Anderson. Collier. Banjo goes behind Hilly, but Tristan Savage is long.
Dallas was ahead most of that play, and then in transition, the eye work of Tristan Savage to track that little back one set. Beautiful stop.
7 blocks already for Savage and Dallas here in the second set. 20-14, big lead. And Londot able to get that ball, sneak it inside of Savage.
Emily Londot is very strong offensively, has incredible range from the right side.
Former All-American at Ohio State, the second leading scorer in the history of that prestigious program. Score points by killing a ball, blocking a ball for a point, serving aces. Maldonado Diaz, good reaction by Parsons. Collier off the block and out of bounds.
Maldonado Diaz out of the back row, getting things going, putting Dallas ahead in the play, and then Mimi Collier ends it. And those are the 2 players that have been carrying this Dallas Pulse offense all season long.
Boy, this is reminiscent of Thursday night when San Diego won the opening set. And then at least in the second, we'll see how Omaha responds, but a big lead now for Dallas. Looking to even this match for $1 million at 1 set apiece. Passing still very solid. What a good reach. Nora to block on now. And finally, Emily Londot with Anabanjo. Toyosi Anabanjo came on for Janice Leal, who was injured severely in the opening set. That's a big blow to Omaha, even though they were able to close out the opening set in her absence.
That was a missed opportunity, this last play by Dallas Pulse. Too tight in transition to Mimi Collier. Give her space to operate.
Allison Holder spent some time at libero and now a defensive specialist on the serve, working on Murr. Back row again. That is a magnificent combination between Valentine Anderson and Maldonado Diaz, who's been very good right from the jump, now with 10 kills on 23.
Kylie Murr is excellent with her platform, pushing that up to her setter, and then the whip of an arms, Maldonado Diaz out of the back row, scoring again for Dallas.
And you just said it, Holly. Most of the damage by Dallas is coming out of the back row. What kind of adjustment can you expect from Omaha defensively?
Possibly seeing more of a triple block against the back row attack.
They got to get more hands up there, maybe take some risks. Maybe you get fooled to the pin, but you got to make an adjustment. Collier and Maldonado Diaz are rolling out of the pipe. Really good turnaround. There is Kiara Reinhardt, voted the rising star, the rookie out of Creighton. There is Mosier. Double sub unwound. Reinhardt right there, along with Beeson. Oh, big block. Returning the favor, Merritt Beeson. Again, the other night had 3 big blocks in their semifinal upset of #1 Indy.
Incredible hitter coverage to stay in that rally, but Beeson all over the net defensively for the Omaha Supernovas. Really disciplined with her block moves.
Reinhardt at 6'3", Beeson 6'4". Overpass and thrown down. And maybe a timeout now by Dallas. They've had a comfortable lead, if there ever is such a thing. 22 now to 19, and immediately, as I thought, a timeout called by Shannis.
6 rotation opposite is a player who will pass out of the back row, and that takes some pressure off Maldonado Diaz for some rotations, as well as Mimi Collier, where they can just focus on their hitting and not have to pass.
Medium pass by Collier. This one dug out of the back row. And Tabrock finding hands, looking for hands, and gets it. We might have our first challenge. Not going to challenge. Kaylee Cox said, Coach Windsor, I touched it.
Mimi Collier crushed this ball out of the back row. Brooke Nuneviller for Omaha comes up with an incredible dig to keep Omaha in the rally, and Tabrock able to score.
4-0 run. Omaha right back in it. Tabrock. This is going to Collier, no question. yeah, right, Paul. Goes to Cox. Wrong again. Chance here for Omaha. Should have made a better first contact. There's Beeson. What a play by Valentine Anderson. Beeson is blocking like a beast.
Omaha Supernovas putting all sorts of pressure on the Dallas Pulse, and it's been their defense getting them back in. Now just down by 1 in the second set.
So it looked like, and I said, look at that play by Valentine Anderson. And I said, it looked like a safe lead at 22-19, but no more. A very, very nice run by Omaha. Trailing now by only 1. 7 kills, 3 blocks already. Had 3 in 5 sets the other night. We were impressed with that. Red hot blocking to balance out against Tristan Savage.
Valentine Anderson not going to Collier. I know she had a slow start, but not going to her as much as I thought she would, trying to get her in her rhythm.
Madison, what have you got?
In that Dallas huddle, coach said, if you see it, go for the pot. Omaha blocking really picked up. So she says, use your vision. If you see it, go for it. And she said, this is where we stay out of our heads. Lock in.
Love it.
Biggest lead was 20-14. 20-14. The Pulse had a lead, and now we're tied at 22.
Dallas Pulse come together after that dribbler ace, and they talk about it. They need to get refocused on how to get a good first contact up to their setter, their leader, Valentine Anderson.
Mosier, an 8-2 run for Omaha. Maldonado Diaz for sure. Off speed and gets it away. Boy, it looked like Beeson had her hands around that. Big play by Dallas.
And Maldonado Diaz pushed that ball away from Beeson towards the middle blocker instead of going to Beeson, who's been really disciplined with her hands as the right side blocker.
And Reinhardt was the late blocker, so found a way to get that ball down inside. Isabel Martin on to serve again. Easy serve, perfectly handled. When we spoke with head coach Thomas Robson and what substitutes we might see, he said Nora Tabrock, in her second year, the 6'1" outside hitter, a champ with Orlando last year, had been tearing it up in practice.
Thomas Robson also told us she is so good at the rip set. They want to do that, and she is torching us every day at practice. She's earned a spot and a chance to help Omaha score.
Boy, that ball well left by Kylie Murr, just out of bounds, and it'll be a set point now for Dallas. Kelsey Payne will come on to block for Valentine Anderson. So no setter on the floor. Here is Cox, set point number 1. Dallas looking to even this match at a set apiece. Average pass. Kelsey Payne, a little bit nervy there for Dallas at the end, but they were to close it out. Off the top of the tape, get to you, Holly, on the biggest differences, particularly for Omaha in that second set. Nuneviller back on the floor. She was replaced by Tabrak at the end, and there is Kara Reinhardt. What did you see differently from Dallas, and then take us over to the Omaha side?
If you're looking at the difference between the first and second set for Omaha, they passed 71% in the first set, 42%. That's a big drop-off in the second set. Credit Dallas with better serving and excellent blocking.
Mimi Collier still not red hot, but she was not good in the opening set. Much better there in the second. And no surprise there. There is Collier looking for hot hands. Dug by Nuneviller. Mary Pearson wants to have that one back, but good reaction by Tristan Savage. And just being told she set a playoff record with 8 blocks on Thursday night.
Tristan Savage has been excellent with her eyes, seeing where the ball's going, getting to blocks, closing. Defensively has been a force for Dallas in the middle.
Parsons looking for hands and finds a low inside seam away that time from Savage.
The seam is closed up. Savage to Cox on that block. So Parsons works the inside hand of the middle blocker, that left hand, into the angle, and it works.
Omaha, the number 4 seed, came in with an even 500 record at 14-14, claiming that last playoff spot. In Indy, the number 1 seed on Thursday night, they beat Dallas in the opening set 25-20 before Dallas came back. At one point, they had what looked like a comfortable lead, but had to hang on 25-23. Savage. Average pass off of not a very tough serve. Good play by Parsons, but that's a couple of balls that are dropped against Omaha that were not going down in the opening set.
Maldonado Diaz disguises her roll shot to the middle. It's got tons of topspin, and that one drops in front of Parsons.
Maldonado Diaz now 12 of 30. Mimi Collier just 6 of 26. 5 errors. Reinhardt able to put the ball to the floor.
Kara Reinhardt has been so impressive as a rookie, out of the middle, defensively not intimidated, makes big plays, but her offensive window is the most impressive. Perfect pass from Nuneviller, and this set is high and away right through the seam of the block.
5th best in the league in terms of efficiency at 327. And the service ace, I should say, for the mother. One day away from Mother's Day, Sarah Parsons. Ezra, 15-month-old son on hand.
Sarah Parsons hit that ball perfectly. The bottom just dropped out, and you see the ace advantage. Omaha has 3 versus Dallas's only 1 ace.
Yeah, got to clean up the misses a little bit, though, if you're Omaha. Oh, nice set by Valentine Anderson. And Ogilvy. Parsons was there, but had no way of knowing it.
Cox continues to shine for Dallas on that right side. Working the edges of the block, that time down the line.
Has taken 35 swings on the weekend in Frisco with no hitting errors. Hitting error, ball hit out of bounds or blocked for a point. Mary Pearson. That's what she looked like in the opening set.
Brooke Mosier, when she sets the ball and delivers it, it's quick out of her hands, it's well located, and if you see there's a big seam in the block, late hands, and Beason's able to get on top of it quickly for Omaha.
8 of 20. Good numbers for the opposite for the Supernovas. Got to keep that ball on your side. On a banjo, tried to keep that ball alive, but that's one again that Reinhardt would like to have back.
Mimi Collier doesn't look like she's putting all her pace on the ball, taking something off of it. That's just a tentative mindset.
And all the more reason why Reinhardt's got to dig that ball to the 3-meter line.
That's not something you usually see from Mimi Collier. It's usually all gas, no brakes.
Beeson again, you could hear the touch, and I think the ball caught a piece of the court in any, and you'll notice that there are no lines, people. That's because all the in and out calls are done electronically using the Hawkeye system. Every team gets 1 challenge per set. You can challenge touch off the block, net violation, several foot faults, ball up and down, and in the plane. Maldonado Diaz found the seam. Been used to seeing Janice Leal, particularly down the stretch. If you're Omaha, if you're just joining us, suffered a very serious knee injury in the opening set. And our Madison Fitzpatrick learned that she will not return. Unfortunately, she is along the Omaha sideline. There is Janice Leal, 10 of 17 with 4 blocks on Thursday night in the semi. That ball missed out of bounds by Bisa. There is Janice Leal, played her college volleyball for a friend of ours down at the University of Miami. Ford. Oh, good lead by Savage again. And her blocking run in the semifinals has continued into the match for $1 million. The 6'7" middle blocker out of UCLA, played her first couple of professional seasons in Europe, and she has learned well in the blocking phase.
Brooke Mosier is an offensive-minded setter. She can hit with her left hand, and Tristan Savage knows it's coming. It's ready for the Dallas block.
Today's MLV Match for $1 Million on Ion is brought to you by Franklin, by Wren Athletics, and by Spalding, the official ball of Major League Volleyball, who will take home the 2026 title and the Match for $1 Million. The battle cry for Omaha, nobody who made the all-league team. Neither first or second. It has been a challenging season, but here they are. Toyosi Anabanjo out of the middle.
Mosier finds Anabanjo in the middle, and there's a seam between the two blockers. Dallas tried to get 4 hands in front of her. Anabanjo on it quickly for the kill.
Nunaviller back to serve. We'll keep very close eye on the passing numbers for Omaha. They were superb in the opening set. Much better serving, as Holly McPeak was calling for in the second. It paid big dividends for Dallas.
Omaha going after Mimi Collier in serve receive. Mimi handles it and then gets the kill high off the block.
Collier played the first 3 years at Oregon and then to Wisconsin last year. Collegiately, the outside hitter of the year, 18 of 44 in the semifinal win over San Diego. Perfectly handled by Parsons. Oh. Right down the line on Valentin Anderson.
Dallas Pulse is really solid defensively in terms of a block, but they're giving Sarah Parsons a sliver down the line. Maybe more than a sliver, and she takes it.
That was a nice piece of apple pie. No sliver. Not like the French restaurant where you get a 2-ounce piece of apple pie. Chance here for Parsons. Very nice set by Mosier. Reinhardt, Parsons again one-on-one. Mosier maybe goes on 2. Tremendous effort on both sides of the net.
Dallas Pulse have been putting a defender in that seam. Kylie Murr takes that one. Kaylee Cox lays it out. Maldonado Diaz. All sorts of bodies flying on the ground to keep it alive.
That was tough physically on Sarah Parsons. And remember, she tweaked her calf on Thursday night. I asked her about it before the match. She said it was just a cramp and okay, but after that long rally, she came away limping. We'll have to keep an eye on that. There is Parsons. Again, the left calf is what bothered her the other night. Collier. Oh, Wow. Again, that ball called out of bounds by the MLV replay system.
So close.
Very well. I thought it was in.
I did too.
Thomas Robson was willing the ball out of bounds. He was right there, but I think he too thought it might have caught a piece of the line. Maldonado Diaz, there's Merritt Beeson again.
Maldonado Diaz tries to be sneaky, and Merritt Beeson all over that hang time and swats it down for Omaha.
Well, it was all Omaha in the opening set. They had some big leads. They led 11-7, closed it out 25-20. But I think we have had the battle join. I think it's going to be back and forth. There's Cox. Huge heat by number 9 in white.
I love the energy Kaylee Cox is giving back to her team. She is a gamer. Shannon Windsor told us that. Look at the set to the right side. Crushes that. Nuneviller, who was defending in the backcourt, took it off her body, but couldn't control it.
And I think Valentine Anderson has been a much better setter after the opening set. Really good choices, better location. Beeson can't get it past the block of Dallas.
Maldonado Diaz returns the favor. Same thing. Beeson tries to tip it. Maldonado Diaz swaps it.
Beeson's got to throw that ball into the donut hole. You can't just try to get it right over the top. Be aggressive with that.
And what's worked?
That.
Exactly.
What I mentioned. Throwing it down into the middle of the court. Reinhardt heavy from Mosier.
Caitlin Horde is an excellent blocker in the middle for the Dallas Pulse, but Reinhardt, watch her arm. She works around her quickly, crossbody, impressive kill.
10 ties, 4 lead changes here in the third. Pressure pass, Cox again. Reinhardt and Nuneviller got a piece. Maldonado Diaz. Nuneviller smartly high off the hands and into the antenna for the score.
Brooke Nuneviller being so smart with her swings, using the block. We've seen her throw a bunch into the donut or the campfire in the middle of the court whenever she sees the seam.
Got a wet spot. Going to be very, very careful about that. Merritt Beeson needs to come up big now for Omaha, in my opinion. Brooke Nuneviller passes balls, digs balls, an emotional leader, but undersized on the outside, so Beeson's got to play big, and she's been capable. Nice play by Valentine Anderson, really good reaction. Nuneviller. Ogilvy digging everything in the left back. There's Beeson. Nuneviller with good heat. Omaha's been ahead in the point almost through the entirety. And scores it, a touch off the top of the block. Oh, we're going to have a referee's challenge.
Referee challenge for possible antenna.
An antenna touch earlier on in the rally, possibly Nuneviller off of Cox.
Early on, I didn't see it hit the antenna. I was watching that play. Cox deflected the block and played it again, and that's where you saw Omaha Supernovas complaining that it hit the antenna.
Well, not that it matters, because Reinhardt's shot went off the block of Dallas anyway, so I'm not really sure for the need, but Suzanne Lowry, an exceptional referee, assisted by Bill Thornburg. Tied at 1 set apiece, 25-20 Omaha, 25-23 Dallas. Dallas had won 3 in a row, 7 sets in a row over Omaha, but this team from Volleytown, Omaha, Nebraska, certainly has come in playing at a different level than we saw a lot of the season, which was very tumultuous. Yeah, there it is. Okay, off the block, out of bounds.
After review, the ball contacted the antenna after the block, point Omaha.
That was early on, and I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
Thank God for a replay system.
Thank you very much. It is outstanding. Here is Parsons. 14-12 is the lead. Cox is blocked by Reinhardt.
Kiara Reinhardt patrolling the net, getting out to Nuneviller, pressing that ball back into the court. Love this defensive play. You see them work in motion, just good rhythm, and then the hands over the net get the stuff for the Omaha Supernovas.
3-0 run for the Supernovas. Timeout called by Dallas. Largest lead of the third set, 15-12. And we were going to get a technical. Chris McCoskey and Victoria Dennis up in our studio. Not a typical match so far for the outside hitter of the year, Mimi Collier, but a long way to go. Parsons with another ace. That's the 4th overall for Omaha.
Sarah Parsons is attacking the seams and making Murr really move to pass that ball. Omaha Supernovas up 16 over Dallas Post 12 in the third set.
Tied at a set apiece. Dallas and Mimi Collier trying to put a stop to a 4-0 run. Quickly over to Madison Fitzpatrick. Special day tomorrow, Mads.
Yep, since Mother's Day is right around the corner, we're highlighting some Volley Moms sponsored by Tide, and now we're highlighting Coach Shannon Windsor. She's got 3 kids, Riley, age 15, Campbell, age 13, and Brooklyn, age 11. We're at home in Canada watching right now. She said being a mom is the most rewarding. When she gets to watch them play their sport, they remind her that sports are supposed to be fun. They aren't playing for an award or a championship. She said they just love the game. They're her biggest supporters, and she is theirs.
Madison, we got to give a shout out to the Volley Mom sitting right next to me. Leonardo at home. Looking forward to seeing him later tonight back in Los Angeles. Even though Beeson didn't put that ball down, I like seeing her swing hard. Reinhardt, sky hook, that is Doug. Another long rally. Nuneviller from well off the net, and then from well off the net to very well done off of Cox.
Dallas Post need to clean up and get more discipline with their blocks. Nuneviller's been able to work through the seam, a little late with their hand press at the net, and against a player like Brooke Nuneviller, you cannot be late or messy with your hands.
Any thought to stay down against Nuneviller on a ball where she's 8 or 9 feet off the net?
I would.
I would too. That's why I asked. Don't give her hands to attack. Beeson with a heater off the right side, and now that's a 6-0 run. And another timeout called by Dallas.
The energy of Thomas Robson on
The match for $1 million.
Thomas Robson has a good feel for his team, his players, who plays well together, and he said energy on the court is everything.
Biggest lead, not only of the set, of the match. Big block by Reinhardt. Maldonado Diaz. Boy, it's been the block of Dallas, but right now, the Supernovas are an absolute wall.
Kiara Reinhardt just patrolling and owning the net side to side. That ball gets down. Kaylee Cox tries to go over, but the block of the Omaha Supernovas was part of the story on Thursday in the upset of Indy as well.
Another ace by Parsons. That's her 3rd, and that's the 5th for Omaha. And head coach Thomas Robson, 26 years of age. He has the energy of youth on his side. Look at this lead. How would Omaha respond after losing the second set 25-23? Asked and answered.
Dallas Pulse is a team that has had 2 bookend scorers. They've had Mimi Collier and Maldonado Diaz, and they're not getting the numbers they're used to seeing from Mimi Collier. That really affects their offense. They're pin heavy. Kaylee Cox is doing her job. They need to get her going.
Collier is just 7 of 29 with 5 errors, taken 29 swings, and scored 2 net points. Beeson off the top of the block.
Really impressed by the way Beeson is working her offense. She's recognizing the shift in the block and which way to go and keeping her attacks high.
11 of 27 for Beeson. Carter Booth at 6'7" now on the floor, wearing number 52, a late season add to Dallas. Had been playing in Italy. Boy, and sets her immediately. Beautiful dig. Nuneviller. Blocked by the high-flying 5'10" Natalia Valentin Anderson.
Natalia Valentina Anderson is used to players and teams attacking her at 5'7". She can still get up and defend balls, and you have to, if you're Omaha, keep those swings high. Yes, attack her, attack the edges, but you got to stay higher. She's going to get you. We call that the mouse trap.
Very effective for 3 points away.
Coach Robson said, hey, we're going to bring the offense in against Valentina Anderson, run that rip ball, allowing Brooke Nuneviller to work around Valentina Anderson down the line and create a seam.
Nuneviller now in double figures with 10 kills. Collier. Good block deflection by Anabanjo. Nuneviller again, off speed for the score. That was the theme in the opening set.
Omaha goes right back to what was working. If there's a seam, throw it down in the middle, work it through the block, and Nuneviller playing a very smart match for the Omaha Supernovas.
Dallas bringing in Celia Cullen. Played her college volleyball at Michigan State and then on to SMU, so a change. Kelsey Payne on as well, double sub. Merritt Beeson, 23-14 advantage for Omaha. Sellout crowd has been stunned. Collier. Got to go to Collier again. That ball was too low. Chance for Nuneviller. Maldonado Diaz patrolling along the back line. Collision in the backcourt for Omaha. Collier. Ending it with a left-hander out of the setting position.
Brooke Mosier, the setter for the Omaha Supernovas, has such a good feel as when to attack. This is a really long rally. And she gets up, Joust gets a block deflection and rips it on two. The block on the other side of the net, tired and chasing, and Brooke Mosier takes advantage for Omaha.
All the other attackers for Mosier were completely on life support. Set point.
Celia Cullen coming into the match, getting the ball out to Mimi Collier, who had 3 swings in the last few possessions, able to finally score down that line.
There is Carter Booth out of Wisconsin. Kelly Sheffield, her collegiate head coach, in the building, along with Olympic team head coach Eric Sullivan.
I believe Sam Erger of SMU, the head coach, is here. And we saw Matt Ulmer here for Kansas at the semifinals.
Set number 3 goes to Omaha in decisive fashion, with 5 errors, hitting .083. She hits .301 on the year as an average. Big swing by Maldonado Diaz, but missed a piece of the block. Underway here in the 4th set.
Maldonado Diaz having to carry a bigger load. 42 swings because Mimi Collier hasn't been as effective. So Dallas Pulse continue to go to Maldonado Diaz as often as possible.
Well, and this is not an aberration for Tom Robson and the Omaha Supernovas to slow down Mimi Collier. It was Maldonado Diaz who had almost twice as many kills during the course of their 4 meetings in the regular season. Dallas wanted to mishandle the ball. It won't matter. Caitlin Horde with a big kill out of the middle for the Dallas Pulse.
Valentina Anderson fired up. That connection with Caitlin Horde has been very effective out of the middle. Possibly get a few more balls to Horde in the middle or Savage, and can open up things for Collier on the left.
Horde, the 4-time All-American at both Penn State and Nebraska, hit .308 on the year. Did have some injury issues, missed some time, but very, very effective. Nice play defensively by the aforementioned middle blocker. Just underway here in the 4th. Nuneviller is blocked. Let's go over to Madison Fitzpatrick early here in the fourth.
I was in the Dallas huddle before this fourth set. Valentine Anderson was leading that huddle, talking to her younger attackers, reminding them what's open, reminding them 1 point at a time to not get overwhelmed. And then Coach Windsor came in and said, to win this, line is open, speaking to her outside swing line, unless it's inside, and then sharp cross.
Thank you, Madison. They got to pass better as well and get Omaha out of system. Second set, when they won that, albeit 25-23, Omaha was swinging at a lot of big out-of-system blocks.
Shannon Windsor told us that her team is young, and she was hoping that they would respond to the moment, show up. Natalia Valentine Anderson, the leader, the most experienced player on the court, trying to get her team going.
And Madison told us before first serve, the Windsor message was, you don't have to do anything special. We're a very good team. You don't have to do more. Brilliant block once again by Savage along with Collier.
This is what Dallas Pulse does best, and Savage all over the net. The patrol of the option ball from Mosier. Mosier scores often on that ball, but Dallas Pulse all over that defensive assignment.
Savage, a record setter with 8 blocks during the Major League Volleyball playoffs. That was on Thursday night in the semis. Collier, well off the net, not a very good set. And she does just missed the sideline.
Amy Collier going for it inside that block, obviously out of system, those set coming from way off the net.
Brooke Mosier making her 9th start. This for the trophy and the title in the match for $1 million. Kiara Reinhardt working hard to get the heck out of the way. Oh, what a play by Nunaviller. Savage out of the middle.
Valentine Anderson getting the ball to the middle consistently. Nunaviller in the backcourt for the Omaha Supernovas. All out sprint, sacrifices her body, keeps it up. And then Savage just a Midas touch over the block.
Valentine Anderson, top 5 in digs, number 1 in assists on the year. Right on top of the net, Mosier couldn't get to it. Quick combination on the bench.
Dallas Pulse run a play where they're running Tristan Savage in the middle, and then they bring Malden in the gap, and then Maldonado Diaz right down the middle, and it pays off. She's just such a high flyer. But the spread of the offense is what earns that point.
But I think Savage is a decoy there. You got to focus hands on Maldonado Diaz. I think that's Valentine Anderson wants to go there. Collier, no, right side to Cox. Keeping an eye on Parsons, seeing how that calf is. Not a good set by Mosier. Good cover by Murray. Another phenomenal rally. Ball missed out of bounds. Amy Collier wants her head coach to challenge. Again, you only get 1 per set with a 6-3 advantage. I don't know if you're proven correct and you can challenge touch off the block. And we're going to have a challenge.
Are we?
Yes.
You saw something
Dallas
I
is
didn't
challenging that there was a block touch.
Kylie Murray is everywhere,
Yep.
covering those balls, sacrificing her bodies, crashing into the middle to pick up seam balls.
Congratulations. Let's take a look. Boy, that came up quickly. No, that ball's way out of bounds. There is no block touch. We'll get the ruling soon. Just going to mention that Elena Scott of Indy was the libero
After
of the
review,
year.
there was no block touch. Point Omaha. Dallas will lose their challenge.
No more challenges the rest of the way. You do have 2 team timeouts and a technical timeout at both 8 and 16. But when we were talking amongst ourselves in terms of the awards by position, libero was by far the most difficult. The league is full of talented receivers and defenders.
And all the players just pushing the level, making each other better.
Here's Parsons. Missed that one, but already has 3 aces on the night.
Valentine Anderson bringing so much energy, trying to get her team going. This is a must-win set for the Dallas Pulse.
Nunaviller finds hands. There's Murr, just like you were talking about, all over the place. Beeson.
It's a block party in Dallas. This is the best part of Dallas Pulse game. When they are playing their best volleyball, their block just puts pressure on the other team, and this one's huge by Savage.
Mother's Day coming up tomorrow. There is Sarah Parsons, former National Player of the Year. Joined Omaha this year after giving birth to Ezra and a year ago, January. Happy Mother's Day, Holly.
Thank you.
Nunaviller playing with pace. Murr is there again. Trying to throw it off and not getting that ball past Kaylee Cox, and the lead is 9-3.
Kaylee Cox was the spark in the second set with her block. She and Savage together. Cox very disciplined with her hands over the net, especially that right hand, not getting tooled.
Are you surprised at how this match has gone back and forth? I mean, with Omaha, dominating is a strong word, but winning fairly easily in their opener. Second set was tight, but then last set was a blowout in favor of Omaha.
I don't think things are going as I thought they would go, but that's why we played the match, and it's the response from Dallas that I want to see in this fourth set to push that fifth.
Maldonado Diaz again from just inside the 3-meter line. 6 foot, her first year in Major League Volleyball, starred at Louisville and Arizona, originally from Guadalajara, played in Romania last year, and 10-3 is the advantage, and she has been absolutely perfect. You advertised her before the start of the match.
17 matches, and you see the speed of her arm just fire through that ball. She swings out of the back row, a lot on the right side, and just finds ways to score. She is dangerous, and she's fearless, always going for it.
Taking 47 swings on an afternoon when Mimi Collier is struggling. Only 8 of 41, 17 kills. Maldonado Diaz really seems to be a momentum sort of player, and Valentine Anderson loves to ride the hot hand. Let's go over to Madison Fitzpatrick.
In Omaha huddle, it was all about staying together, locking in point by point, not getting overwhelmed, but a lot of handholds, a lot of eye contact, and staying connected.
Nunaviller ripping, and Kylie Murr almost got there as well.
That play made possible by Brooke Mosier. Very tight pass. She goes up, one hand set. The block jumps with her, and then Nunaviller gets a seam in the block.
Plenty of time for Omaha to get back in. They're one set away from taking this title. Match for $1 million. There's Reinhardt. Good pass. Well, Nunaviller is everywhere. That combination, I mean, it's a good thing Savage is 6'7" because she's going up to the penthouse to tip that ball to the floor.
And Nunaviller throwing her body into the middle to try and pick that up, but the team can't get it back over. Lots of bodies on the court.
Once again, Tristan Savage set a Major League Volleyball record in the playoffs with 8 blocks on Thursday night. So far, Savage 5 kills on 11 swings with 6 blocks. She might break her own record. Back to serve now. Passing, breaking down now for Omaha. Cox and Parsons can get the really good use of the hands off the top.
I love that angle off the block that Kaylee Cox is creating. So effective from the right side, high and flat. So when that ball's deflected, it clears the defense.
For Nunaviller, she is much more effective when Omaha is in system, and she will go to the sideline. Brock will come back on. She played earlier in the match in the second set. That ball set a little tight, well recycled by Beeson. And that is not going to come back. So that ends the 6-1 run by Dallas.
Omaha able to hit that deep, and that one got away from Mimi Collier, but well-formed block by the Dallas Pulse. I feel like their blocking is more lined up together, and that's when they play their best volleyball, when their block is a part of the defense.
No question. Their signature is that phase, along with Collier and Maldonado Diaz, killing balls out of the pipe and off the left side. After the opening set, they were really, really strong against San Diego. Anabanjo getting her hands on it. To Brock. How does Valentine Anderson get that ball? What a tough chance. That's not far. Kaylee Cox is really starting to heat up.
Valentine Anderson with the dig, Murr with the transition ball, and Kaylee Cox getting it done on the right side. It's been a big bonus for the Dallas Pulse, and just working through that seam. You've seen her work the edges, high flat. Really impressive variety of shots and swings from Kaylee Cox.
8, not only the biggest lead of the set, the biggest lead of the match. To Brock, no. Oh, dug by Murr. Net violation. Dallas is saying that it was a player's hair, and that is not a violation by rule. But remember that Dallas is out of challenges. Kylie Murr, well, she knows Emily Londot. They played together at Ohio State. Murr then went on to Minnesota. To Brock. You got to be 5'10" to make that shot. You can't do it if you're 5'7".
Valentine Anderson is passionate and fired up, trying to lead this young team at Dallas, and throws it down with her left hand, avoiding the block. This is a tight pass blocker there, and she's able to turn it down. I love the passion.
The reverse sky hook. That missed out of bounds by Parson. Wheels are coming off right now. 15-6. We'll have the TTO at 16.
The response from Dallas, again, getting locked in, doing what they do best. That's what Shannon Windsor wanted to do. Let's play our game, and that's tough serve, block pressure, and then hurt you on the pins.
That ball drifts out of bounds. I'm really surprised by the ebb and flow of this match, because it's been a tsunami after a tight second set where Omaha made a late run. 25-15, Omaha wins the third, and now Anabanjo and Omaha are trailing 15-7.
You say tsunami, I say roller coaster.
Oh, you say potato, I say potato.
Caitlin Horde out of the middle, and Valentine Anderson really comfortable. They got called in, and so far Omaha's used 12 players. Sometimes you only see an 8-player rotation, but Robson using everyone.
Used 11 on Thursday night in the semifinals. Collier, dug by Ogilvy. Not a perfect free ball pass, but a perfect result by Maldonado Diaz.
Wow.
Kill number 18.
Valentine Anderson getting everybody involved. Goes out to Collier first, and then runs the quick, and then you see Maldonado Diaz come around Savage and fly out of the back row for the kill.
Savage once again, the decoy, drawing attention from the block. Beeson, big swing. Parsons out of the play. Free ball coming. Dallas well ahead in the point. Once again, I would ignore Tristan Savage. This is all Maldonado Diaz.
Incredible, but the Dallas Pulse getting really creative with their offense. Yes, Tristan Savage is the decoy. Reinhardt jumps with her, and then that opens things up for Maldonado Diaz coming in the seam.
I love that effect. The stream following the ball and lighting up the line. 18-8. A little bit like what Dallas did to San Diego in the fourth set on Thursday night. Collier to tipping over the block and out of bounds. There was clearly no touch, and Dallas couldn't challenge anyway, and they wouldn't anyway because of the score. Cox hitting off the left side and scoring.
Fastball to the pin. We talk about Cox on the right, but she's originally a left side player who's made the adjustment to the right because that's where the Dallas Pulse needed her.
Yeah, when we were speaking to head coach Shannon Windsor, one of the changes that they can make, and she pointed out we don't have much depth, is to put Cox back on the left side and bring in Payne at the opposite.
Maldonado Diaz goes after that ball to try and bring it back with her foot, and
she has played some football in her career. World Cup coming to the United States, Mexico, and Canada. Right side, Beeson trying to go line, instead cross court. You hit it over there, Valentine Anderson will dig just about everything. Kaylee Cox again. Oh, Dallas is just absolutely rolling, doubling up on Omaha.
Kylie Moore putting that ball up with a ton of confidence to Kaylee Cox because she's seen what she can do. Edge of the block, Parsons flying in the backcourt to try and pick it up, but Omaha can't clear on the third attempt.
Omaha is not going to win this set, but they got plenty of time to get their act together going towards the fifth. They need to start putting together some first ball side outs and getting going in transition. That's a start. Get a good feeling going into the fifth.
Brock is dominating that rip set, bringing the ball inside and crushing the angle. Not easy to do because you're coming from inside the court and still hitting that sharp angle.
Not many mountains to climb in Omaha, but this certainly is one. Towards 20 kills.
Both teams bringing the set inside to open things up on the other side of the net, and wow, Sofia Maldonado Diaz gets inside one-on-one and crushes it.
21 of 52 on Thursday in the semifinal win over San Diego. 20 of 53 here for the title. To Brock again, dug by Moore. And can't be saved. Good effort both by Valentine Anderson and Kaylee Cox.
Valentine Anderson all the way to the sideline, gets a hand on it.
These two teams did go 5 sets back in February, the second meeting of 4 on the regular season. That was Dallas in a 3-2 win. That was in Omaha. That was heat from Mimi Collier.
Those are the types of swings that we're used to seeing from Mimi Collier on the regular, but that was impressive.
Kelsey Payne was getting set to come on.
They can't challenge because they're out of a challenge, and they're saying back row attacker crossed.
As a back row player, you have to take off with both feet behind the 3-meter line. We're going to take a look.
Valentine Anderson telling her team to stay locked in.
Oh, she's way behind the line. But again, no challenge. And if you're Dallas, you're still pretty comfortable with that, with a 9-point advantage. Maldonado Diaz has got 11 digs, hitting at 62%. And the closeout blocker, Kelsey Payne, on the floor now. Remember, she blocked Brooke Nuneviller to end the second set. Off the top of the tape, not down yet. Nuneviller is back on after Jabbar came across the back row.
What an incredible pancake pass from Parsons to keep that alive off the dribbler, and that ball hit wide.
We are going to go 5 in the match for $1 million in Dallas. Sellout crowd at Comerica Center. Working on Parsons. On a banjo, Moore with a pancake. Parsons. Dallas looking to get to set point.
Kylie Murr has been incredible for Dallas. Omaha thinks they have open court, but no, Murr with the pancake. And then the handset from Kaylee Cox, because no setters on the floor. Out to Mimi Collier for the kill.
Set point number 1.
Can they ride that momentum in this 5th set? That's the big question.
We're going to find out very soon. Missed out of bounds by Dallas 6-1 in the regular season in 5-set matches. And after the win over Indy on Thursday night, Omaha, an even 500 at 4-4. Beeson off the edge. Murray's been fantastic. Beeson again. Better this time. Not only the top spin. That was a tough one. That was a tough missile for Kaylee Cox to get in front of.
That was a scud to the deep corner. Cox was in a good spot, but when you hit to that corner, tough to bring it back when it's so deep.
Merritt Beeson now 14 kills on 37 swings. As a team, Omaha now hitting just under 200. Both teams right there, 199, 195. Been an unusual championship or title match. Ford, back row combination. Gotta ignore the middle attacker.
Maldonado Diaz is jumping higher and higher, if that's possible. As we're just starting the 5th set, look at the hang time. She is so high above the net and gets on top of that, finds open court.
There was an adjustment there because it was Nunavilla that took the middle attacker, and Anabanjo was waiting, but just couldn't do anything about it. Good response. But you'll see Anabanjo came in for the injured Janice Leal. Omaha weathered that loss, and that was a big loss. Leal was playing fantastic volleyball. There she is, a severe left knee injury. Collier, tough chance, well off the net. Somehow gets that ball down.
Omaha going after Mimi Collier and serve receive. She pulled the pass, but able to swing out of trouble. This is a big side out in the 5th set.
Sometimes better lucky than good. The block, a good slowdown, good deflection, but just went to the open area in the camp ball. Teams do get a challenge. They also have 2 team timeouts. Don't see that very often. Valentine Anderson serves very tough, but also serves in a lot. Brooke Nunavilla will give you her afternoon. 13 kills on 41 swings. Savage, no. Maldonado Diaz, no.
Kylie Murr on the perfect pass, allowing Valentine Anderson all her options, and Maldonado Diaz is the hot hitter. Out of the back row, she has been unstoppable.
I would forget everybody else and get as many hands as possible in front of number 2 in blue.
Number 2 in white.
Number 2 in white, like I said. I was looking at Kylie Murr. Beeson. Murr again. Tough chance for Parsons. Is having a day.
Wow, Kylie Murr in the backcourt for Dallas Bulls, picking up those balls that are popping off the block And then Maldonado Diaz, too much, turning this high down the line with pace. Wow.
And she prefers to go cross court.
Yes, she does.
Really well done.
I think she just prefers to find the ground.
Murr again has been a star in the league. Maldonado Diaz absolutely rolling right now.
The energy on the Dallas Pulse side of the net, they are feeling it.
Yeah, you got to take a timeout, and Thomas Robson does. In 2024, the Omaha Supernovas won the championship.
Slow down Maldonado Diaz. She is carrying their offense.
In the 5-set match on February 12th, that was won by Dallas. Maldonado Diaz had 30 kills. Parsons, another good block deflection. Oh yeah, hot hand. Well done and much needed by Omaha off the left side.
Omaha finally able to dig Maldonado Diaz because of the deflected block touch, slowing the offense of Maldonado Diaz down.
And as good as Maldonado Diaz has been, number 2 in white, Toyosiana Banjo, they're right, 6'4". It's 6'4". Change sides at 8. Into the top of the tape. That's 11 missed serves. I know we played a lot of volleyball, but again, into the net. Jelly Sear coming on has been very effective in the serving specialist role, along with digging some balls. Good reception into the middle. Reinhardt, no. Beeson, another block touch. Ogilvy with a saving sprawl. You said the Midas touch. I think it's the platinum touch. Is that better than gold?
Or the $1 million touch.
Yes, that could be. Well done.
Huddle, and it was mainly about defending Maldonado Diaz. She said, we can dig her, front her, be relentless defensively. Coach Robson came in and said, chip away, we're still in this.
Oh, plenty of time. Thank you, Madison. Plenty of time. First things first, got a side out here, and Nora Tabrock is in. We talked about that during the timeout. Good play by Cox, keeping that ball alive. No, very much. What a play. It's taken so many swings for Omaha to get a score, but they do from Merritt Beeson. What a play by Valentine Anderson.
That dig by Valentine Anderson, incredible. Extended rallies, every single point, fighting hard.
Valentine Anderson now with 18 digs to go along with 43 assists. Led the league in assists, was 5th in digs. You just saw exactly why. Mosier. Tabrock looking high, hands, and has got it.
Tabrock with the big arm, well-formed Dallas post block right in front of her, but high and hard off the hands.
Tabrock has come in for Sarah Parsons. Parsons dinged her calf a little bit. It looked like it was bothering her as this match wore on. Mosier again going short. Nice read by Murr. Beeson, this is a tough swing.
Beeson trying to go high hands, doesn't get a touch, and Dallas Pulse look for the matchup at the net. They've been bringing Tabrock in for that rip ball, trying to take advantage of the size at the net of Natalia Valentine Anderson, the right side blocker.
Here's Cox. On the rim, it's blocked by Ward. We're going to get a timeout from Omaha. Look at 10-6 advantage and going back to the swing and the miss by Merritt Beeson. I said during the play, very difficult coming right over her head, and she just could not get over the top of the ball. No timeout yet.
Blocking sub for Dallas Pulse, Kelsey Payne coming in. Valentine Anderson off, so Omaha can't take advantage of the size at the net.
Shannon Windsor say we're going to go after this title right now. Match up again.
What a rip, too, by Tabrak.
Mern with 17 digs so far on the afternoon. Former Big East Player of the Year at Creighton, playing with her former teammate, Kiara Reinhardt. Off a good serve, fortuitous.
Tabrak with a tough serve, creating this opportunity. The serve off the tape and then right into Brooke Nunneviller's hands.
Omaha went 5-15-13 in the fifth to take out the #1 seed, Indy Ignite. 10-8 is the advantage. Match for $1 million. $1 million bonus. Winner takes all. Just missed it. Very close. We'll maybe get a look at a close call, but that was some pressure taken off of Dallas. Beeson having to go off. Forced error for Omaha. Maldonado Diaz has 26 kills on 62 swings, 12 digs, and passing at 62%. And the expansion Pulse are 4 points away from the title. Let's take a look at Sofia Maldonado Diaz out of Guadalajara, Mexico. Her day for the title.
Maldonado Diaz, we knew she was going to be a factor. She likes to run that fast offense, and she's just so dangerous because of the velocity and speed of her arm and the way she uses the entire court. And she has been a huge factor for the Dallas Pulse, just like we expected. Omaha expected it as well. They just haven't had the answer yet.
Dallas Pulse 20-8 on the regular season. They were picked to finish 6th. They finished 2nd behind only Indy, and they're now 3 points away from the title. Let's go over to Madison.
A lot of urgency in that Omaha Supernovas timeout. Brooke Nunneviller said it just takes 1 point, 1 or 2 points back to back. And then Coach Robson said, don't get complacent. High hands, swing nice and high.
Maldonado Diaz has 5 of the 6 kills in this set. Nunneviller, absolutely had to have it. Time, but not much.
Yes, big swing by Brooke Nunneviller, attacking off Valentine Anderson. Staying aggressive when it counts.
Sydney Hilly on to serve.
Sydney Hilly will serve and play left back defense.
Service errors. That is a huge break for Dallas.
13 missed serves for Omaha today. And those two at a crucial point in the 5th set.
Tabrak's drifted long, but how many of those have come up short into the net? Isabel Martin on to serve. Dallas 2 points away. Nunneviller. We come to match point, and there are 5 of them. Crowd on their feet, set out here at the Comerica Center.
Shannon Windsor around a team that she built in her first season. This is a first-year team in the MLV, and they're able to come out on top.
This is going to make for a very sweet Mother's Day tomorrow for Coach Windsor, the mother of one son and a couple of daughters. And congratulations to Dallas.
Valentine Anderson, such an incredible leader of this young team at Dallas. And then Maldonado Diaz was unbelievable today. If you would have told me that Dallas Pulse would have won when Mimi Collier had an off night, I don't think I would have believed it.
I would not have either, but